What's up, my people? It's Sharp Blue 718. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now at Sharp Blue 718, Instagram Sharp Blue 718, Facebook Lewis the Barber. Let's get started. So basically, I'm gonna be doing a light fade with a half on the sides, trim on top, and a light shape up on the beard. As you may see, I start off with a half, drop it in the back a little bit so that I don't go so high from the back. I do the side straight, the back just drop it a little bit just to give it that nice blend. As you may see right now, I'm starting off with a 2. I don't use clips. I don't use 4, 5, 3, none of that. I use a number 2 clip all the way up. The rest is machine and comb. Passing a number 2 all around. I pass it real good. I try not to press the machine so much. I try to ease it up from the head because I don't want to ever cause strain in the head or leave the head redness. So I try to just give it a little massage with the clippers. It might look like I'm going pretty quick on them, but I'm actually going pretty slow and pretty just steady. Now I'm switching it over to a 1.5. The lever up is a 1.5. Put a 1 clip, but when you put the lever back, then that means that's a 1.5. That means the blade is up. I'm using my machine and comb technique right here. Please forgive me. I'm not really good with these videos yet. I haven't got the hang of it, but I'm just trying little by little, trying to get the hang of it. As you may see, I'm doing the comb and machine technique right here just to remove the bulk that I caused with the 2 clip. The 2 made it turn it into a bulk, so now I'm just basically removing that bulk. You see, I'm combing the hair down so that I'm able to catch all the hair. Notice how I get the comb and put it out, in and out technique. That's the machine and comb technique, is an in and out technique. See, I put it in, I take it out. I put it in, take it out. Basically just removing bulk. I like to use the 1 clip when I'm doing the machine and comb on certain hairs. Like, this is the first time I cut this gentleman's hair, by the way. So I really never cut his hair. Don't know no imperfections with his head. I don't know nothing. I'm basically just cutting his hair with a blindfold. But because of the experience that I have, I know that I'm going to give him the best haircut ever. And he told me he came from Sports Clips. So once someone tells me, I asked him, who cut your hair last? Who's your barber? Who usually cuts your hair? He told me Sports Clips. Once he said Sports Clip, I knew I was going to master this haircut. I knew I'm going to give him a haircut he's never gotten in his life. So you see, now I'm using the wall comb. So now I'm still passing I'm playing with a 1 and a 1.5 to take out the half line that I created with my magic clip. I'm basically just blending from a 1.5 to a 1, 1.5 to a 1, and just basically giving them that nice shadow that I'm looking for. You see that shadow that's forming right now? That's what you want. That's what your client wants to see. When he looks in the mirror, that's what he wants. He wants to see that nice little shadow going on the side of his head. From nothing to more, to the top of his head, to his full head. I'm basically blending, and I'm basically pretty much done with this side. I am gonna come back with a half, with the half clip, just to remove that. You see that line that's created in the back that hasn't been able to took out yet. Basically just creating. Almost done with both sides at this point. Notice that The only machine that I pretty much used on this light fade was pretty much a wall clip. I went from a 2 clip to a 1.5 to a half, machine and comb, and that's how I'm basically blending everything out. Basically just blending the bulk out basically right now. Always use your brush. Combs are good in between your haircuts, but you always want to brush the hair. Once you brush the hair, you're really going to get a very well understanding of what are you doing at the time. Where's the fade coming out? Do you have any lines, any shadows? Even on the bump on the head, you get to really see what you're doing with the brush. Combs are good, like I said, but you always want to brush that hair just to see any imperfections on the haircut, any imperfections on the head. You get to feel the bumps, bones inside of the head that will stop you from really giving that nice, precise blend that you're looking for in every haircut. Remember, everybody has a different size, shape. Everybody has different structures in their head, different scars in their head. It's just so many more things that happens in a haircut that you have to take into consideration in order to master that haircut the way you really want it. So now I'm using my half clip basically to remove that last line that I created with the half. And I'm still using my magic clip, as you may see. Wall magic clip, very good machine. I have them zero gap, like I explained to you in the last video. All my machines are zero gap. So now I'm going to be starting off on the beard. And pretty much with the haircut. So I'm going to start off. I like to start off the beards from the mustache up, just so that I get an understanding of where I'm going to start the line up, where I'm going to end the line at. The mustache is always my guideline. Everybody has their own techniques, but my guideline is the mustache. With the mustache, I get to really know where do I want the beard to end, where I want it to start, and so on and so on. I like to use the FX just for lineups, just for shape ups, just for beard lineups especially. They're very precisely and very sharp. I have them very zero gap all the way down. So they're extremely sharp. See the flick on the wrist? When you're doing behind the ear, you always want to do like a nice little flick of the wrist in order to get that nice little sharp arch around the ears. See the arch, how I'm creating that arch? I'm creating that arch with my FX, and it's basically a flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. Still working on that on the beard. I usually like to put a headrest on it. Sometimes I'll just be lazy and I'll just break my back a little bit. But usually I'll put a headrest. You're gonna see me. You're gonna notice me when I get to the other side. My back is gonna tell me you better put a headrest on that guy, because if not, your back is really gonna hurt from just bending over so much. See those bones in the back of his head, which makes the haircut not look so clean from the back. Everything I do, I brush. You notice that, right? Everything I cut, I brush. I cut, I brush. Everything. Every single thing that I do, I brush. Around the ear techniques is very important to be precise going around the ear, just so that you give them that nice shape up, that nice sharp shape up. Notice how I flick my wrist. Look at the arch, how I'm going for the arch. See? There you go. Get a nice little arch like that. Again, the lip. You see how I start the mustache first, work my way down to the beard, and so on and so on. Is there any is if there's any techniques that you guys want to learn, any type of haircut in particular that you guys want me to put up videos of, please feel free to comment on the bottom. Please let me know what haircuts you want to see, what type of content you're looking for. Feel free to just comment, and share. Never be afraid to share videos. So I'm doing the bottom of the neck, still using my FX for the sharpness. This particular client, I asked him if he wanted a hot towel shave, but he declined the hot towel shave because it was $10 extra. If I didn't have a client next, I would actually just give him a free hot towel just because it's easier for me to just put a hot towel on him, give him a nice shave, give him a nice service, and at the same time, it's easier for me to just basically shave him because I particularly don't like to use machines on the neck. I don't like to use those shavers, those foil shavers especially. I really detest those things. I really don't like to use them. Notice how I put his head on the headrest. You always want to have your client, always want him to be comfortable. Like, you want to build that comfort level that when he sits in your chair, I have clients that literally fall asleep in my chair just because of the comfort that I provide for them. I want them to be comfortable at all times. I never want a client to just feel unease, like not sure, wanting to be moving around and this and that. So that's why, as you may see right now, I'm basically consulting him about the hot towel, pricing, and so on and so on. You always want to be a consultant into your client. You always want to let your client know what is his best option, what is the best product on his hair. You always want to do a lot of explaining to him, and basically that's a consultation, and you're doing a consultation while you're doing your haircut. And at the same time, it's great to build communication. You get to talk to your client. You get to know what they really expect. So now notice how I'm doing the shape up now. Notice how I did not pass no type of machines in the back of his neck. My machines are extremely sharp, so I try to do most of my shape ups are strictly razor. Notice how I have like a little trick for my shape ups. I usually use my thumb. I'll show it to you in another video. I'm gonna go more close and teach you how to literally press the razor into their neck, into their side of their head, but without cutting them. It's just like a little trick that I got that basically I just squeeze the middle of my thumb right into the blade, and it basically gives me the sharp lines and those sharp beards that I really look for on everybody. So, ooh, you seen the flick of the wrist? Ooh, already know. I do the damn thing. Right now, this is hot water. I tend to always use hot water. So now I spray some hot water on the top of his head. Basically, I'm combing out his comb over. And now I'm gonna start doing my scissor over comb technique. As you may see, that's the scissor over comb technique. And I'm actually cutting hair. I'm not making believe I'm cutting hair like a lot of you instructors and educators, the famous Instagram people, I don't do those. This is real techniques. This is real. That's why I do my videos like this, just so that you get an idea of what I do live. So you get to see what I do in the midst of the moment. Look at that. Look at that. Can't see too much there because my camera view is not that good, but I'm going to get better at these videos, and I'm going to definitely be able to show you these techniques. You see how I put in and take out, in and out, in and out. All I'm really cutting is the extra little hairs are sticking out from that comb. See it? Still working on machine and comb. I mean scissors and comb, sorry. Notice how I grab the comb, I comb it over. Then just the part that I really want to comb, I push it towards me. You see it? I push it forward and then cut. Push it forward and then cut. Notice I come to the side since it's a comb over. Every time I cut, I comb it to the side just so I could begin to start to see if any imperfection and make sure that I'm evening out the hair. And you will notice that I tend to do the back and the sides, and I leave the front for the end, because the front of the hair I usually just push it to the front and just cut straight across to basically cut out the bangs. I'm basically just still blending, like I'm just blending with shears and comb. Comb over shear technique. Comb over shear technique. That's all it is. It's just blending, blending, blending. And that's where you're really going to learn how to be able to take that bulk out without going too in on the haircut, without leaving too many like spots on the haircut. This is where I'm getting to the ending of the haircut. This is the blow drying part. I'm basically just gonna blow dry his hair as a comb over. Basically gonna start right where his part goes. I'm basically gonna start blow drying right from there, and basically start building my foundation. And this is where I'm gonna get to see how my shear work come out. This is the part where a lot of barbers hide behind their shear work, because this is the part when they notice that there's pieces longer than others. They notice that there's imperfections on the top, but yet they leave it like that and they just put gel on top of it. Once you put gel, you can literally cover any mistake. It's like the Photoshop of barbering is gel. It's product on top. Like, that's how you're gonna be able to just hide behind your bad shear work. So I'm basically gonna just blow dry everything really, really, but stretching out the hair at the same time. I'm not just like, some people like to blow dry with their fingers, but they never really get to stretch out the hair, and they never really get to see the longer pieces of hair and the imperfections that can happen. I'm using the Agadir grooming cream at this point. Very good for comb overs. And basically, I'm just styling his hair, and this is basically like the ending of the haircut. I thank you guys for watching. If you watch it all the way to the end, I really appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone subscribing. Please subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And your boy Sharp Lou 718 is here, and I'll be coming back with a lot more videos. Be sure to comment. Be sure to leave any type of comment, likes, follow on Instagram, repost. Thank you, my people. Have a great day. It was a pleasure.